WaveAct, the web-free software company that understands what you want.
Hi everyone and welcome at WaveAct. Today with Brian Clink. Brian has got over 25 years experience as a product manager and has already written 2 books about memes. You heard that right? It's called The Memeing of Life. And today's topic will be all about memes. We're going to talk about how to create them, what is a meme and where can we use it, also in a business context. And with that being said, hi Brian, thanks for being here. And I would give you the chance now to quickly introduce yourself to the audience, and then we jump right into it.
Hey Chris, thanks for having me. My name's Brian Clink. I'm from Canada, just outside Toronto. I'm a technical product manager during the day, but like you, I'm a Web3 enthusiast as well in the evening. So I've taken Web3 boot camps like Odyssey and Development. I've written Solidity code. I'm working on a Web3 game as a hobby. But over the years, I've also created over 1,000 memes, and I curated the best 42 of them into a book called The Memeing of Life. So glad to be talking about memes in the workplace, Chris.
It's awesome. Thanks. So why memes in the first place, right? And what is so special about memes?
Okay, so let's talk about kind of just briefly what a meme is. It's like a thought or an idea that travels from person to person, kind of tries to grab onto your brain, and you feel like you must share it. And this is how memes go viral. But also, it could trigger something else. Could trigger something creative. You look at a meme, it's like I want to create my own version of the meme. I want to add my own touches to it. And you create a meme, and it has a life of its own, and you send it out there. So people say that memes represent life, right? But to me, memes are life. It's the life that we're living every day, and we can see our memes or our lives reflected in memes.
The memeing of life, right?
The memeing of life, exactly.
So we're talking about internet memes, right? Like the dog in the burning building. I imagine lots of memes created with that template where, for example, a junior developer destroys the production development server or something similar, right? It's like the dog in the burning house.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually what we think of. Dog in the Burning House is a great example. It's actually kind of unique because it's got like 2 panels to it, and it's in a horizontal format. There's all sorts of formats of memes. Your traditional one is just like a single image with some words on top. There's memes with in a vertical multiple panel. There's animated GIFs that are memes. But this is what we typically think about when we think about memes.
Great. And regarding a business context now, do you think that memes belong in a workspace?
I think they do. Now, when we think about memes in a workplace, it's almost like a contradiction because memes are meant to try to go viral. But if you're in a workplace, you might only be comfortable with sharing it in a small group, one-on-one. It's also a professional environment, so it's a little bit different than just sharing memes on the internet. So it's got a bit of a different vibe to it. But I still think that memes do belong in a workplace.
Yeah, I think so too. And let's discuss some benefits, right? If we use memes in the workplace, we obviously want to have a fun atmosphere there, right? So, example,
Hmm.
a chat where people can share memes. What would you say are the
Yeah.
benefits?
And it's almost like something that you look for. It's you happen to be looking for your next job, and you want to be working someplace where it's fun. So when they mention memes in their job description, that is a good place to work, right?
Yeah,
This is the new model, right? So in a study, like 81% of employees said that a fun work environment makes them more productive. And 93% said that laughing on the job helps reduce workplace stress. So if you think about memes are fun, and memes can make you laugh, right? So check and check, right? So memes are like a universal language, right? It's easy to understand, easy to use. People with different personalities, different cultures, they can come together, they can communicate with memes. And if you're a company that has not kind of adopted or got on board with memes, I think if you take a look at these benefits, I think it's a good time to start adopting memes.
Yeah, I agree fully with that, and I can also give an example. The 80% you mentioned, I can only tell from my experience now. The company I work, we've got like the real channels used for business, used for development. And we've also got that one hidden channel, which is obviously not hidden, but it's like our hidden channel. And we started sharing like general memes from the internet, and then we thought, hey, we've got so many pictures from our tours, and when we were at that place, why not put ourselves in that memes as a template?
Exactly.
And so we started doing that.
This is the best thing, right? You take your own pictures,
Yeah,
and you make memes out of them. It's perfect, and that's what you and Kevin do, right? It's a
exactly.
great way to use it and to share on platforms like LinkedIn, for example.
I think that is extremely valuable, right? You show your inner workings. You show the maybe candidates, right? We also had some candidates the last month, and it shows just that working there must be fun, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, and
And work is stressful, right? So
yeah,
you need something like memes to help reduce the stress. You can have fun and work hard at the same time.
definitely, 100%, yeah. So, but it's not all fun, right? There are also some risk attached to creating memes, to sharing memes, especially in a working environment. You don't want
Hmm.
to offend other people, and
Yeah.
it's like thinking before writing is is always a good idea, but when sending memes, there's always the pressure, right, of offending other people, political, dark humor. What would you say
Hmm.
are the greatest risks in having memes in a working culture?
Yeah. I mean, memes can definitely be risky. You know, it may not, even viral memes. You may think, "Oh, this is really funny. I want to share it," but not every meme is appropriate. For the workplace. You want to be considerate. You want to think about the office dynamic before stepping into memes. You just like you said, you want to think uh, just like you think before speaking, right?
Yeah.
You might say the wrong thing. Before you post a meme, you should think about it. Maybe think two times before posting a meme because you don't know how it's going to come up. So these are some risks, but there is a way to kind of mitigate it, and one of the ways is just use memes in a very positive way and think of yourself as say a cheerleader for your company or a cheerleader for your team or a cheerleader for your coworkers, right? And this way making positive memes is probably going to avoid a lot of those risks.
Yeah, and you definitely want to avoid that risks. And
Hmm.
to add up on the story, um, we had that memes channel in our company, and we started migrating to a new environment, and obviously the channel was gone after that, and everybody was like, "Hey, hey, that's not how it works. Give
Yeah.
us give us back the channel right now." And so it was one of the first things that was created in the new environment was our, let's say, hidden channel, which is not hidden. Um,
Yeah.
so people can come together either at work, after work, create memes, send memes, and just laugh.
Hmm.
And I think that is a memes at or in the workspace are very valuable. So would you
Hmm.
basically recommend every company out there to go and create a meme channel.
I think they should, absolutely. And if you're employee, you're thinking about starting to create memes. You might be looking around like, what do you want? What's popular as a workplace meme? And I think there's a little bit of kind of I would call it a dichotomy in terms of what you read out there as popular workplace memes and what you should actually use. And I think it's two different things. So let me give you an example. So if you look out there, you'll find, let's say, the meeting that should have been an email. A little bit of a complaint, right? Or the coworker that asks a question at the end of the meeting, causing the like a long meeting to go on, right? Like, well, who are you referring to me? As the coworker. So the thing is that there's also no expectation of privacy in the workplace. There's a line of what's appropriate and inappropriate, but it's subjective, and you don't really want to walk that line, right?
No.
You want to be safe, and you want to make things positive. You don't want things to backfire. So I think there's a lot of good examples of how you should use memes in a positive way, and just ignore all that stuff that you see on the internet, because a lot of it is actually not appropriate for the workplace. One way is, let's say someone has achieved something, they completed a tough task, they maybe took a certification and passed it. This is like an accomplishment. You can use a meme to congratulate them. Good job, nice work. This is a good way to use it in a meme workplace. Let's say someone helped you do something, helped you with the problem. There's so many ways to say thank you. Using a meme is very visual, and I think it would be very well received to get a thank you in a meme format, right? Motivational memes. You're gonna do something, maybe it's challenging, maybe stuff. So you want to motivate people and say, you can do it, or we can do it. Let's go, right?
Definitely.
But this is another way. Now there is some room for things, a little bit of a commiseration, but it needs to be about something kind of impersonal, directed towards something impersonal, like technology. So you can write a meme saying, okay, Microsoft Word lost your document revisions, which is, I think, is okay in workplace, because it's about the technology, right? So you're kind of commiserating and talking about challenges with technology.
Yeah, great. Especially like technology memes, like Microsoft, where things tend to break often.
Mm-hmm.
Are awesome, but also that the fact that you don't want to risk your job, right? So I know of a good colleague of mine who lost his job during these channels. And he was not literally posting memes, but they started writing more and more in these channels, and someone noticed it and was offended by it. So that was the point. And it ended up in losing a job, right? And with memes, you can even offend people way more if the text is written like in a bad way, or the template itself. So,
and it could be completely unintentional. Like they didn't
exactly.
intend it, but they didn't think before putting the meme in. That's one of the risks. And so you want to be very positive, and in that way, you're going to avoid a lot of those risks.
Especially, yeah. So when you say something, it's the intention, right? It's not always, you can mean it in a very nice way and think, oh, we're such good colleagues, and look at that funny meme, and it is not funny for him, then you might have a serious problem. And if that's in a channel with 50 people, yeah, you know the story, right? So what would be really interesting is you already written 2 books. Is there going to be a third one?
Yeah, I mean, It could come. It could come. I already started to kind of curate some memes for another book. So maybe somewhere down the line, I think I have a working title for it: Field of Memes. Kind of like Field of Dreams. Another play on words, right? Puns are awesome. Um,
Right. So you have to promise us that Kevin and Chris meme will be in there.
yes, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. So as the Lord of Memes, Brian, what would be your final pick? Would you say that the best template right now, so that I am a
Mhm.
step ahead when I publish it to any channel? What would you suggest to use right now?
Yeah, I think there's probably at least a couple, but I'll go through them really quickly. But my favorite meme template of all is I should buy a boat, cat, right? And I just used it. I just used it the other day on LinkedIn. You can, see my profile and it's a cat that is sitting at a kitchen table reading a newspaper, dressed in a business suit, kind of lost in thought. And, there's a passing thought that, the cat thinks, I should buy a boat, right? Maybe the cat will have a boat. Maybe it will buy a boat. Maybe it won't. But it's just something that kind of comes to mind. And I think you can use this as a workplace meme. Anything that kind of starts with I should, right? So I put I should write a smart contract. Maybe I'll get around to it someday. Actually, I have already, but it's just an example, right? Maybe Web3, oh, I should buy, crypto or Ethereum, you know. Um, Chuck Norris, thumbs up. Chuck Norris approves. I think this is also a great meme for the workplace. An example for, you're a developer, maybe you work in a team and you do pull requests and someone else ends up merging them. So maybe Chuck Norris is going to merge your pull request.
Chuck Norris
So
approved the merge. All right.
yes, Chuck Norris approves the merge, exactly. So there's a lot, these are two, I think, really good memes for the workplace. But really, you should let your creativity guide you. You know, have that spark, creative spark. Make the meme quickly. Use a website like imgflip.com to quickly create a meme. Knowyourmeme.com. Also, I want to make a mention of that because if you are sharing your meme to a larger audience, if you represent a brand or company, or you just want to make sure that you understand everything about your meme. What is the background of the meme? How is it used? To make sure that you don't make a misstep. If you're a chief meme officer, you obviously need to know, need to think about every step of the way when you're making a meme. But overall, I really encourage everyone to embrace memes, to be creative, and make memes part of your day-to-day life.
Yeah, and I've also seen it on LinkedIn. It's posting a meme can be combined with so many things like good news, bad news, and the people like it, right? It's you scroll down the feed, you see you see a funny meme, you're forced to read more, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, hey Brian, it was a pleasure talking to you today. Thanks a lot for taking
Yeah.
the time, and I hope to see lots of memes on my timeline. And I also promised you to add one of my favorite memes to your post. I will definitely
Yes.
do that.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks, Brian.
Okay. Thank
See
you,
you.
Chris, and thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to talk about memes.
Wave Act, the web-free software company that understands what you want.